Assalamu alaikum students. I am Miss Azmat, your social studies teacher. Today I bring a new and exciting topic to you. It is trade. Have you ever listened this word trade? No, no problem. We will discuss it and inshallah we will learn about the word trade and its type and its importance. In this chapter, in this lecture, I am focusing trade and its type. So, what is trade? Buying and selling of goods and services. Have you ever noticed or have you observed that you are also a part of trade? Have you ever did the trade? Yes, you have. You already did the trade, but you don't know when. Whenever you go to the market or a shop and purchase a toffee or a chocolate, you trade. In this way, buying a thing, it's mean you trade something. So, focusing on the topic trade, actually the commercial exchange of goods and services is known as trade. Simply we can say that trade is buying and selling on domestic or international market. No country is self-sufficient, thus in order to meet its need, it has to depend on other countries. Some areas or some countries are rich in minerals and industrial products, but they need for the food and raw materials on the other areas. Pakistan is an agricultural country, so Pakistan has its agriculture as a raw material, but it is weak in industry or technology. So we buy something or we buy machineries or some other things from other countries. Now, before starting the topic, we should focus the important terminology of the chapter trade. First of all, we learn about imports. What are imports? Actually, imports are the things which a country buy from another country. Imports are goods that are bought from other countries and brought into the country. In Pakistan, we import machinery, electrical goods, cars, petroleum and its byproduct, edible oil, tea, and so many other things. What are export? Actually, export are the material or the goods which are sold and sent to other countries. For example, Pakistan is a great or a large exporter of cotton because we have cultivated cotton in a large amount. So the cotton is a export of Pakistan. Export bring in foreign exchange. What is foreign exchange? Foreign exchange is the exchange of one country's currency for another. Or we can say it is a system for dealing in the currencies of other countries. Foreign exchange is exchanging of one country's currency into another. An example of foreign exchange is a Pakistan-based company doing business with a company and paying, like Pakistan is doing business with a company of China and paying them in Pakistan currency. Foreign exchange determines nations' economical health. Now, transit trade. Transit trade is a type of trade in which only the route of the country is used for sending the goods to its destination. For example, China is utilizing the route of Pakistan to sending the goods, the products of China to the other countries, to America or Middle Asia. So, transit trade is the trade when a country involves, like if only for the route of it or only the route of a country uses for the trade, nothing else. So the country which product is passing from the route is paying some amount, it is known as transit trade. For example, China is paying to use the route of the Pakistan to sending the goods to other countries. So China pays the amount, the focused or the amount which is decided to the Pakistan. This is known as transit trade. The Afghanistan and Pakistan Transit Trade Agreement is a bilateral trade agreement signed in 2010 by Pakistan and Afghanistan that calls for greater facilitation in the movement of goods amongst the two countries. Commodities. What are commodities? Commodities are raw materials or primary agricultural products that can be bought and sold. The examples of commodities are wheat, corn, other foodstuff, cattle, cotton, precious metals, coal, oil. These are all the examples of commodities. Now, stock exchange. What is stock exchange? Stock exchange is a place for trading activities. It is a place where the trading activity is done. Now, types of trade. I think you better know about the trade. Trade is buying or selling of things, sometimes within the country or sometimes with the other countries. So there are two types of trade: local trade or foreign trade. We can say internal trade or local trade or international trade. Local trade is buying and selling within the country. For example, we started an industry and we sell out the things within the city or within the country. This is internal trade or local trade. But the trade, the things, the goods which we send out or we sell out to the other countries, this is known as international trade. In international trade, two countries are involved, and in local trade, it is done within the country. So let's watch the video for more clarification or for more details.
Types of trade. In this module, you will learn about the concept of trade and its types. Trade is an important part of business, which deals mainly with buying and selling of goods to consumers. It involves the exchange of commodities for money. Traders link producers to the consumers. Trade may be classified into home trade and foreign trade. Let us understand about each of these types in details. The trade which is carried out within the country is called as home trade. Home trade is also called as domestic or inland trade. Home trade is achieved through wholesalers and retailers. Retailers buy goods from wholesalers and sell them to consumers. They are the last connecting link in the distribution channel of goods. Retailers offer various services to consumers. They buy a variety of goods produced by different producers and sell them to consumers. They store enough goods to meet the demands of consumers. Retailers also take risk of loss in business. They grade the goods and supply them to consumers as per their taste. Retailers offer credit facilities to selected consumers. They also provide more information about the new launch products and give suggestions about alternate products if the particular goods are not available. There are two important types of retail trade, namely permanent shops and mobile traders. Let us learn more about each of them. Permanent shops carry out their business by operating through fixed places. Itinerant or mobile traders do not have a fixed place for trading. They travel to places to sell their goods. 4 important mobile traders are hawkers, peddlers, street vendors, and market vendors. Hawkers carry goods by hand and go door to door to sell them. Generally, they sell only 1 or 2 types of goods like fruits, flowers, vegetables, etc. Peddlers carry the goods on wheeled carts and sell them to consumers at their doors. They generally sell more than 1 type of goods. Street traders are also called as footpath traders. They display goods on the corners of busy streets or on the pavements and sell them to the consumers. In some villages or towns, weekly markets are organized. Market vendors or traders from different places take their goods to such markets and sell them to consumers. People from nearby villages also bring their goods, which they have grown or produced in their farms, to such markets for trading. Such goods include eggs, vegetables, blankets, agricultural implements, etc. At the end of the day, with the money they obtain from trading, they purchase their requirements. Wholesalers buy goods in huge quantities and sell them to retailers in small quantities. Generally, they deal with 1 or 2 types of goods. Wholesalers help retailers in many ways, like supplying goods, giving credit facility, supplying market trends, advertising their goods, etc. They also help producers by advertising their goods, providing them with the market trends and offering storage facility for goods. The trade between 2 countries is called as foreign trade. It is divided into 3 types, namely imports, exports, and intraport trade. Import refers to the goods and services bought from another country. Export refers to the goods and services sold to another country for their use. Intraport trade refers to the buying of goods from one country with the view to sell it to other countries. This type of trade is also called as re-export trade. Examples of intraport trade include Singapore and Middle East countries. None of the countries in the world are self-sufficient in terms of natural resources. Some countries have plenty of natural resources and thus produce goods in excess, which can be exported to other countries. Some other countries do not have enough natural resources and have to depend on other countries for their requirements. Foreign trade helps to foster relationships among other countries. Let us now recap all the important points that we have covered in this module on the types of trade.
There is assignment to do. Define the following terms: trade, import, export, foreign exchange, transit trade, commodity, stock exchange. Then second one, differentiate between local and international trade.